what is immediately threatening as of this weekend. The first time Cubans have been in the Guantanamo American torture camp is only just recently, because there were people deported by Trump back onto their home island, but not in custody of their own government. This Guantanamo, set up 24 years ago, was an object lesson. It was a trial balloon. It was something the Bush administration started in their own way at the beginning of the U.S. war on terror to set an example to the whole world, to other countries, and to people everywhere who would oppose war being carried out in their name. The current holder of the White House, the great builder of the White House, Donald Trump, says the U.S. is now going to control the whole Western Hemisphere officially, not even historically, but officially. The Don Roe Doctrine, he calls it, which he thinks is cute. This is an outrage. Does anyone know what the Monroe Doctrine did? The Monroe Doctrine stole Mexico for some colonies in North America. It brought misery against South and Central America for the last almost 200 years. This is not a good thing to be joking about, much less modeling. The Don Roe Doctrine. This stuff has got to end. We're out here because around the world today, people are calling for the U.S. government to close the torture prison on Guantanamo Bay, which still holds 15 men. There's a story with each of those men. Several of them confessed to crimes related to 9/11. Several of them have been tortured so badly that they could never even go on trial. Even the Trump judges have said, you can't put those guys on trial. They're too badly damaged to be in a court and speak for themselves. And the others, there's a variety of things that we just don't know about. Why are all the other men being held and not released, even though there is no active prosecution against them? This was an object lesson for the world 24 years ago. Many, many millions of people around the world have protested, demanded the closure of this, because it not only goes against all international law to hold people without access to due process or give them access to the rule of law, but it really goes against the morality of everyone around the world who cares against humanity. How can you hold people for 24 years with no charges and no avenue to be released, never seeing their family, never in person seeing their family, never seeing family members, a whole generation and a half who have been born since then? But this is what they want to uphold. This is really outrageous. And we're out here today in solidarity with people across Europe, in Central America, and North America, in about 15 places, saying, close Guantanamo now. Whichever, exactly, whoever's in the presidency, not to mention this fascist that currently has power over everybody and thinks he can go into any country and destroy it. We're out here today in solidarity with protests that are happening all over, actually in the 5 boroughs, all over this country, and in other parts of the world where people are demanding no to ICE. ICE out for good. ICE out for good. ICE out for good. ICE out for good. using the last name of the woman who was killed on the streets of Minneapolis by ICE on Wednesday for being a legal observer and for somehow being in the way of an ICE officer with a gun who shot at her 3 or 4 times. You've all seen it on the news. They're trying to normalize this, my friends. They're trying to make this a thing that they could do regularly. And we are standing up. We are standing up against it in solidarity with people marching down 5th Avenue and 3rd Avenue today. Paul Stein, where are you?
Right behind you.
They're not up to anything.
I think so. I adjusted it a bit. I'm right over here.
Don't engage with these guys. Don't engage with them.
Sorry, I got distracted.
It's okay.
Let's pick it up a little bit.
If we're singing, does everyone have song sheets? Okay, song sheets are here. Can someone pass them out? Okay, pass them out. They're in the manila envelope. Okay. Okay, the first song is Why Are We Silent? Grannies are ready? We need a microphone? We need a microphone? Okay, I'll try to lead with this microphone. Okay, you got a first note for me? Yep. Why? Everyone ready? Okay. Why are we silent about Guantanamo? Detention is torture, that we all know. 50 men, we must let them go. Guantanamo must be no more. Guantanamo must be no more. 24 years, torture, brutality, torn from their loved ones indefinitely. Is anything left of our humanity? Guantanamo must be no more. Guantanamo must be no more. Biden left Trump this monstrosity so we can commit more atrocity. 30,000 migrants, we can't let that be. Guantanamo must no more. No migrant abductions, no more. Sorry about that. Another one?
Yeah.
More? Okay. Prison Industrial Complex, first note G. Let's hear a G first. Cool. Thank you, Paul. You're great. So, that's a G? Okay. Beautiful. Okay. Ready? 1, 2, 3. From the cells of Rikers Island, Guantanamo SA2, we are locking down the people who can make some room for you. Folks of color, Muslims, immigrants, now more activists are next. We keep our corporations rich to an industrial complex. We can pay you without charges, like Guantanamo detainees.
Don't engage with these guys. Don't engage with them.
Stood up for what you believe. We round up hard-working immigrants and we let
Oh, okay, thank you. Don't let it litter. And the sign just turned upside down.
Yeah, I got it.
Get a break. No conversations.
It should be. You might turn in 40 seconds. I don't know.
So we've heard that the march, the rally that was starting at 60th and 5th was going to go to Schumer's office. We don't know if that's the case. So they may march right down here.
I don't see any
They said
marches
they're going
here,
to
though,
come
so
straight down
probably
Fifth
not.
Avenue.
All right.
There are no marshals here now, so I don't know if some of the marshals go the way I want them.
Yeah. Yeah, we're continuing. We're just thinking about how to greet our friends. Jeremy, hey. So we've been talking about 24 years, 8,767 days of Guantanamo, the U.S. torture prison set up in Cuba, a country that the U.S. does not own yet, does not fully own yet, but is threatening, even as of this weekend, to overthrow the government in Cuba, as they have tried to do or done in Venezuela, and they have their eyes on Greenland. The whole Western Hemisphere is open for democracy? No. For human rights? No. That has nothing to do with it. It's not even in the conversation. What they're talking about is American power and control and how great this military is. Well, let's talk for a minute about this U.S. military and what it did in Guantanamo Bay from 2002 on to maybe, let's say, 2008, the first 6 years of Guantanamo. A bloody, bitter, horrible, torturous story of official torture developed under the CIA and sold as a way to get information to people who were angry and upset, as we were, about what happened on 9/11. They did previously completely unthinkable, unspeakable things to the prisoners in Guantanamo. Some people have been there to Guantanamo to do vigil, to be observers, to see what's going on. Many, many attorneys and human rights activists around the world have gone into Guantanamo. We know this has happened from the men who have been released. Such damage to people that they were not even able any longer, according to the government, to testify on their own behalf.
Right on.
We're joining friends who are arriving from protests going on today, saying, ICE out for good.
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 It's a play on words. It's not that we think ICE is going to be able to do good. They're not out to do good. They are out to do damage. And apparently they're out to shoot, maybe kill, injure, round up, imprison, deport, and send people to very, very terrible fates. That's why we're out here today. It's an international vigil, 15 places around the world, and here we are in the center of democracy, pointing out what's going on. I want to call on, let's pass the mic around and find out why people are here and what they're thinking about today. We heard from the Raging Grannies, which we appreciate. We have folks from all kind of other groups here.
Many of us oppose Donald Trump and his war against America and his war against the world. His bloody, horrific wars, the human rights violations, the torture. But we must keep in mind that there were bloody, horrific wars coming out of this country, human rights violations and torture long before Donald Trump took over the government. And unfortunately, these human rights violations, torture, and war will probably continue a bit longer after he leaves office, however he leaves office. We must keep in mind, we must not just oppose the cruel dictator Donald Trump, but we must oppose all the institutions and ideologies and principles that he stands for.
Yes.
War, violence, racism, bigotry, human rights violations, torture, economic exploitation. We must oppose the wars, and we must oppose the causes of war.
That's right.
I speak for the New York City local chapter of the War Resisters League. The War Resisters League was founded in 1923 by activists who had opposed World War I, the war that was supposed to end all wars. We affirm that all wars are a crime against humanity, and we are committed to oppose all wars through nonviolent, direct action. And we oppose all the causes of war: economic exploitation, racism, bigotry. We support all those people in every country in the world who refuse to serve in the military, who refuse to pay their war taxes, who refuse to work in the war industries, who refuse to participate in programs and policies that involve gross violations of human rights, and who refuse to carry out orders to torture people at home, here, and abroad. We encourage you to do the same. Support all those who refuse to participate in war, refuse to pay for war. If you work for peace, don't pay for war.
Yes.
If you work for peace, don't pay for war. One of the best ways to stop these horrific wars and these human rights violations and the torture is to deprive the war makers and the politicians of the money and the guns and the bodies they need to carry out and wage these horrible, bloody wars.
Yes.
Leo Tolstoy often said, if people refuse to serve in the military, if they refuse to pay their war taxes, if they refuse to work in the war industries, then the war makers and the politicians cannot wage their bloody wars. So we encourage everyone to become war tax resistors, refuse to pay for the torture, refuse to pay for the wars. And let's discourage our young people from joining the military.
Yes.
It's a dead-end job. Let's discourage our young people from joining the military. It's a dead-end job. And let's discourage them from joining ICE and the other domestic secret police and Gestapo-type agencies. It's a dead-end job. Martin Luther King was an anti-war activist. He spoke often against militarism. Our taxes should be spent on rebuilding America, not on destroying America, and not on destroying other people's countries. If you work for peace and justice, don't pay for injustice and war.
Thank you so much, Mike.
Thank you, Mike.
So I'm Jeremy Varon. I'm here representing Witness Against Torture. The organization formed in 2005 when 25 people, motivated by their faith and religious principles, around basic justice went on a pilgrimage to Guantanamo to vigil, fast, protest, and pray as close to the naval base as they could. George Bush had said, if you're concerned about what's going on in Guantanamo, why don't you come and see for yourself? And that's exactly what they attempted to do. That was the birth of Witness Against Torture. And then for many years, and up until this day, it has been steadfast in trying to close the torture prison of Guantanamo, provide compensation for the victims, accountability for the torturers, and a permanent end to U.S. torture policies. What has motivated us throughout, and what accounts for my presence today, is the solemn pledge we made to center in all of our work the suffering of the Guantanamo victims in defense of their dignity and the dignity and human rights of all. So we decided we would remain in this struggle so long as the prison remained open. And then sadly, it remains open. Just a couple of dozen people are there any longer. A handful of them might genuinely be bad guys, and their trial for their alleged perpetration for the crimes of 9/11 hasn't really started in earnest. The sticking point for many, many years has been the fact that they were tortured by the U.S. government, begging the question of what right does the U.S. have to prosecute folks who are themselves victims of U.S. crimes. There's a handful of other folks who've never, ever been charged with crimes and who may well not be guilty of any conceivable hostility towards, the United States. So Guantanamo is a sad symbol of nothing less than what I will call American evil, and a sad symbol of our national failure, including under two Democratic administrations, Obama and Biden, to reckon with, confront, and try to purge that evil. The United States in the war on terror marauded around the world, brutalizing populations that it occupied in the name of the defense of democracy, but that was a sham. And then sadly, as never before, that same marauding has boomeranged now onto American streets, where we have the hideous specter of masked men with big guns, granted preposterously absolute immunity by Vice President Vance, menacing, beating up, tackling, tear gassing, and harassing not only people suspected of being in the United States illegally, but those who seek to defend immigrant communities. I'll end with one interesting fact that has gotten too little attention. The person who killed Miss Good was himself a veteran of the Iraq War. And he was actually a machine gunner on armed patrols. We know from histories of the Iraq War that one of the most common ways in which Iraqi civilians died was being gunned down at checkpoints when they didn't stop in time or heed a command in English that they didn't understand, or panicked or were afraid or tried to drive away. And the price for that confusion or that defiance or that fear was often death. And Mr. Ross, I believe that's his name, appears to have murdered Good in a scenario eerily similar to what he, or at least other U.S. soldiers, experienced in Iraq. So all of this is to say that American war-making and predation abroad, which always echoed the racism and inhumanity of domestic policies, is now reinforcing and being answered by brutality at home, in a truly frightful collapse of the rule of law and what appears common sense decency. The hope lies in the resistance. Our vigil today, the marchers who are going to come down the street, the amazing people in Minneapolis, the amazing people of Chicago, the amazing people of Los Angeles, the amazing people all over the country who say this is not who we should be as a nation and a people. There's a better way. Thank you.
Yes, thank you. Thank you.
I would just like to say that I've been an activist all my life, and I really thought that by the time I got to my 80s, we'd have a better country. Now, the only good thing about Trump is that it brings people out, and hopefully we will come out and stop things finally.
Well, thank you. My name is Seth. I'm an attorney in New York. I'm also a citizen journalist, and I've sort of been following events since 9/11, when I was in my 30s. Now I'm in my 60s. Roughly half the country probably doesn't remember living in a pre-9/11 world. Or for that matter, a pre-Guantanamo world. But as most of us here have been trying to warn, Guantanamo was going to metastasize, and it has. We have a prison very much like it in Central America that has recently been contracted by this country to send immigrants to. It was not without irony that on his journey after being abducted by American Special Forces soldiers, Venezuelan President Maduro was transported to New York via a plane from Guantanamo Bay, which is our little foothold in Cuba. So, anyway, I will briefly note the irony of the land of the free, the home of the brave, maintaining a torture prison. Started with almost 800 men, down to 15, and here we go. 24 years, may we not have a 25th, although something tells me we will. This is a stain on America, and one of many, but we have to keep remembering it, and we will. Thank you. Anyone else?
Yes, thank you.
Deborah?
All right. This vigil is every month around the world, demanding the closure of the U.S. torture camp in Guantanamo Bay, Cuba, which has been open 24 years ago today. 24 years. Almost 800 men held there. 15 are still there. There's a whole story. You can read about it at closeguantanamo.org. But the horror continues. This was just, as my friend here said, the talking dog. Guantanamo was a warm-up for what the U.S. is doing everywhere around the world right now, especially in this hemisphere. It's a coincidence that today, ICE Out for Good rallies are being held across the country, about 500 of them. And some thousands of our best friends are just about to walk down Fifth Avenue in front of us. So what should we have to say to them? Thank you. Right on. Thank you. Keep it up. Close Guantanamo. Stop the war on Venezuela. Close Guantanamo. Remove ICE. Close Guantanamo. Remove this whole fascist regime from the White House.
Yes.
Stop the killing and the violence.
Stop the killing, stop the violence.
Should we have a song for them or a chant when they arrive? Yeah, let's sing. Okay, Guantanamo, let's shut it down. First note E. Wait for Paul. Guantanamo, let's shut it down. Shut it down. Shut it down. Guantanamo, let's shut it down. No charges, no trials, brutal and vile. Guantanamo, let's shut it down. Guantanamo, let's shut it down. Shut it down. Shut it down. Guantanamo, let's shut it down. Torn from family, held in misery. Guantanamo, let's shut it down. Guantanamo, let's shut it down. Shut it down. Shut it down. Guantanamo, let's shut it down. Trump, don't you dare keep my people there or anywhere. Guantanamo, let's shut it down. Guantanamo, let's shut it down. Shut it down. Shut it down. Guantanamo, let's shut it down. Our taxes paid. We say no way. Guantanamo, let's shut it down. Shut it down. Shut it down.
Set up the table here. They're moving quickly.
Yes. There's more flyers here if a volunteer would like to help distribute them. Well, the people just turned west on 42nd. The people they just turned left, west on 42nd. So let's sing it. Go ahead.
Okay, first note G. When the people come marching in, when the saints go marching in, when the people go marching in, first note G. Okay, here we go. Oh, when the people go marching in. Oh, when the people go marching in. Oh, yes, I want to be in that number. When the people go marching in. Now, when the people rise up, there they are. When the people rise to laugh. Oh, yes, I want to be in that number. When the people rise to laugh. When we shut down Guantanamo. When we shut down Guantanamo. When we shut down Guantanamo. I will work to make that happen. When we shut down Guantanamo. In solidarity, we sound the call. In solidarity, we sound the call. Oh yes, I want to be in that number. In solidarity, we sound the call. When all the world has human rights. When all the world has human rights, I will work to make that happen. When all the world has human rights.
Shut it down.
Yeah. You want to do, let's do a Vigil song. America the Beautiful. First note D. First note D. No, well, we did it already. Check Guantanamo. First note D. D is in dog.
Say it again slowly.
Okay. America the Beautiful. shut down Guantanamo for no T. T is in God. Okay. That's it. Okay, we'll do it slower then. Okay. 1, 2, 3. It's time to shut Guantanamo. We do not need this shame. Let's let the innocent prisoners go. Not saying they're to blame. To change our value system would make all our citizens proud. And cruelty, we should sing brotherhood out loud. Yeah, thank you. Want to do it again? Do it again. Yeah, stay in D. We're okay. It's time to shut Guantanamo. We do not need this shame. Let's let the innocent prisoners go. Stop saying they're to blame. To change our value system would make all our citizens proud. And cruelty, we should sing brotherhood out One more? We got good. More songs? What are we doing? More? Should we do Let My People Stay?
Let me do one and you join me, okay? In the chorus.
Let My People Stay or another one?
All you fascists around.
Oh, I love it. Okay. Okay.
A request for no ice raids.
Wow, that's a good one.
Okay, we're going to do All You Fascists Bound
Okay, we got
to
All You
Lose.
Fascists.
I'll do the verses. You can join me in the chorus.
I passed it on.
I'm going to tell you fascists, you may be surprised. The people in this world are getting organized. You're about to lose. You fascists bound to lose. Everybody. All you fascists bound to lose. All you fascists bound to lose. All you fascists bound to lose. You're bound to lose. You fascists bound to lose. I have a mic. I'm gonna ask you fascists, have you heard the news? You write we good for nothing. On a patch to lose, you're bound to lose. You fascists bound to lose. All you fascists bound to lose. All you fascists bound to lose. All you fascists bound to lose. Bound to lose. Show you fascists, hate is not the way. If we join up, we don't need fascists bound to lose. All you fascists
Shut it down! Shut it down!
Shut it down! Try it again, sorry. That's the same key. I think so. Let's try it again. Okay, sorry guys. Okay, immigrants help build this land. Oh, say, hear our voices, demand. Let my people stay. No camps, no raids, due process can't be signed away. We take a stand throughout the land. Let my people stay. Refugees flock to our shores. Let my people stay. Their anguish we can't ignore. Let my people stay. No camps, no raids, due process can't be signed away. Take a stand throughout the land. Let my people stay. Detention is a travesty. Let my people stay. Abolish ICE, set loved ones free. Let my people stay. No camps, no raids, due process and signed away. We take a stand throughout the land. My people stay. Our citizens should not live in fear. Let my people stay. That I can speak our minds is clear. Let my people stay. No camps, no raids, due process can't be signed away. We take a stand throughout the land. Let my people stay. They must stay. You want to do no ice parade for war?
Our people should stay. Trump must go now. I'm just going to call us off now because some people want to go march, but then we'll do one more song. So this is the 24th sad, outrageous anniversary of the opening of the U.S. torture camp in Guantanamo, in the country of Cuba, where the U.S. holds 15 detainees from the war on torture that have been there as long as 24 years, and unknown numbers of detainees that were deported from the U.S., some being threatened with going to third countries where they had no connection at all. That's what Guantanamo has warmed up to be. And we're here today with people around the world demanding that it be closed now. We're going to close out the protest and join in. The people are still coming down Fifth Avenue. There are thousands of people demanding today ICE out for good, stop the U.S. war on Venezuela. Trump must go now!
Trump must go now!
Trump must go now! Trump must go now! Trump must go now! The first time I've heard that to an accordion. Thank you very much. Okay. For folks who want to join in, they're still going over there, and we're going to have one more song from the Raging Grannies. And we will see you the first Wednesday of February.
Thank you.
there are over 1,000 marches this weekend. And when I signed up for Texas, I was number 1,500,038 or something.
Great. Okay, so no ice, no rain, no war. What? Again, Steve. Let's get at this. Let's get no ice, no rain, no war. We won't take it anymore. If we keep us strong, if you want us to stop the deportations and hate, our many cultures we celebrate. Stop the deportations and hate, our many cultures we celebrate. One more time. No ice, no rain, no war. We won't take it anymore. Stop the deportations and hate, our many cultures we celebrate. Stop the deportations and hate, our many cultures we celebrate.